Hey guys, so welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be a top 9 list of DCEU films. Now, I have been a big fan of DC recently, so I've watched all the movies and now I'm going to rate them for you guys. So let's get to it. Alright, so my first favorite is obviously Birds of Prey. Now, I cannot express how much I love Harley Quinn. She's my favorite character in the Batman universe, because Batman's my favorite hero. And Joker is my favorite villain. And Joker wasn't in this movie, but Harley was, and she was really great in it. I loved seeing her again after Suicide Squad. I love Margot Robbie's portrayal. I think it is really a good version. As a fan of Harley Quinn, I'm very happy to have her portray her in the movies. It was just a really good movie, and I laughed a lot of the time, and I think it's just one of the better DCEU films. Even though it's like, it doesn't have any of the heroes in it, it is still really, really fun to watch, and I highly recommend it. Alright, my next favorite is a controversial one, and that is Suicide Squad. Now, as I said, my reasons for liking these movies is because Harley Quinn and the Joker are in them. But Harley Quinn and the Joker are specifically in Suicide Squad together, so I liked seeing the chemistry between them so much. I also liked Deadshot a lot, who was portrayed by Will Smith. I loved that character too, and his dynamic with Harley. And the whole Harley's arc that happened in the movie was the most interesting part of that movie to me. And the main plot was okay. I mean, the main great thing about it was Harley's arc that she gets, and I think that that's the reason this had to be my number 2. I just love that stuff. I eat it up. So when the next Suicide Squad comes out, expect me to go to the theater and see it. Next is Wonder Woman, and now Wonder Woman, the first one, is amazing. I love Gal Gadot as Diana. I think she's really good at portraying the character. I think she really does her justice, and I love that first movie. It was so good, and the unveiling of the truth about Diana was really interesting. The development of her throughout the movie was great. And I love her and Steve Trevor. I feel so bad for those two. They can never be together, and it's just heartbreaking. But you still find yourself rooting for those two, so that's why I watch these movies too, for the romances. And, yeah, I'm a big sob. So, yeah, Wonder Woman is definitely it had to be on this list. Now, despite Wonder Woman 1984 being it's still better than other DCEU films. Some things didn't make any sense in this movie, but it was still a great joy to watch. It was super fun. I loved Pedro Pascal as the villain. I mean, Pedro Pascal is a really great actor. But I just loved his villain, even though his motivations were kind of stupid. But still, I just love the characters in this movie, and I think that kind of, I'm biased, so, yeah, I love the characters, so in theory, I like them, not the movie, but I watch the movie because they're in there, and I love it, so. Then my next favorite is Batman vs. Superman. Now, the only reason I like this movie is because Batman's in it. I love Batman. I have some of the Batman comics. He's my favorite. And so I like that Batman was finally introduced in the DCEU in that film, I think. And I liked seeing Superman again too. I love Henry Cavill as him. He's really good at portraying the character. I think all the actors chosen do a great job at portraying their characters. I don't think there's anyone I would say who doesn't do their character well. And I just I've never been a big fan, actually, of the confrontations between Batman and Superman. I've never understood it. But the fact that Batman was in it, I was like, okay, I have to watch it. And since there are only 9 DCEU films, this had to be on the list. Obviously, I couldn't just leave it. But it's an okay film. Alright, so the next movie on this list is Man of Steel. It is a really good movie. I don't know why people don't like it that much. I mean, it's underrated too. I like Henry Cavill as Superman, so that's why, for one reason, why I watched the movie. Another reason is because I like the story. I don't know why other people are very iffy about it. Honestly, it's not my favorite. If it was, it would be on the top of the list. But even I have to admit, it's a good movie. All right, next is Justice League. Justice League was okay. Wasn't my favorite. That's why it's lower on this list. But with Zack Snyder's version coming out soon, maybe it'll change my mind a bit. But for now, it's not considered my favorite. It's just on this list because there aren't that many DCEU films. Then, Aquaman. The reason I don't like Aquaman is not because the story's shitty. I love the story. I love Jason Momoa. He is great as the character of Aquaman. But for right now, I am mad at She Who Shall Not Be Named. And the reason for that is because Johnny Depp, who played a significant role in the Fantastic Beasts franchise, is now kicked out because of some controversy that's been going on with his wife. So that woman is not my favorite person, so that movie has kind of been downgraded in my list. Alright guys, since it has to be mentioned, last one is Shazam. I don't like it. It's funny, but I just don't like the superhero. I don't care for Shazam. I really don't. He's not my favorite character by any means in the DCEU. I just don't see a use for him, but they want to introduce some new characters, get people more intrigued, and it's okay, but honestly, it's not my favorite. Alright guys, so that's it for this top 10 of DCEU films. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and see you guys next time. Bye.